Here we have 5 countries with vastly different cultural and geographical backgrounds. At first glance, they may seem like an unusual combination, but these countries have steadily raised their voices and strengthened their presence on the global stage. They have been working together in solidarity for nearly 12 years. So, what is the name that unites them? Hello, I'm Peter Bint. Today, let's take a closer look at MIKTA, a unique platform of cooperation created with the joint efforts of 5 countries. Let's begin with the name MIKTA. Can you guess what it stands for? It is an acronym formed from the first letters of Mexico, Indonesia, Korea, Turkey, and Australia. While each of these 5 countries has its distinct identity and background, they have joined forces under the name of MIKTA, growing into a consultative platform of middle powers dedicated to strengthening multilateralism. The solidarity between MIKTA member countries is rooted in their steady growth and influence on the international stage. For example, all MIKTA member countries are among the world's leading economies. Their solid economic prowess not only gives them considerable influence in their respective regions, but also secures their prominence in the global society. Moreover, all 5 countries are G20 members and share core values such as democracy and an open economy. As responsible members of the international community, the 5 countries are dedicated to upholding the UN Charter and other universally recognized norms. In essence, they became partners because they recognize one another as active and reliable players in the international community. However, the formation of a consultative group was driven by more than shared values. As we head deeper into the 21st century, international politics have become increasingly complex, with challenges like climate change, pandemics, cybersecurity threats, among others, testing the efficacy of existing frameworks for international cooperation. As global stability continued to be tested, a shared recognition of the need for a new and innovative platform for collaboration started to form. In September 2013, during the 68th UN General Assembly in New York, the foreign ministers of Mexico, Indonesia, Korea, Turkey, and Australia gathered for the first time. Based on their shared understanding of democracy and an open economy, the 5 countries pledged to establish a cooperative mechanism that transcended cultural and geographical differences and to work toward a better international society. This meeting laid the foundation for what we now know as MIKTA. Since its inception, MIKTA has focused on key agenda items that reflect the shared interests of its members, such as international peace and security, human rights, and sustainable development, to foster deeper and more sophisticated agreements. These constructive and wide-ranging discussions are made possible by MIKTA's unique consultative framework, which bridges diverse perspectives from its member countries into a unified voice. In doing so, MIKTA serves as a stepping stone for innovative and diverse forms of cooperation. As a consultative group of middle powers, MIKTA is more than a communication platform between member countries. It is also a bridge between developed and developing countries, addressing global issues in international forums such as the UN General Assembly and G20 summits. MIKTA's joint communiqué is a clear example of this. Last September, the foreign ministers of MIKTA adopted the special communiqué at the Summit of the Future and expressed their commitment to faithfully implementing the summit's outcome, the Pact for the Future, by closely cooperating with the UN and its member states. Korea in particular has been a cornerstone of MIKTA's progress. Since its launch, Korea has played a critical role in shaping the group's direction and foundation. The 5th MIKTA Foreign Ministers meeting in Seoul, May 2015, was a great example. During this meeting, the foreign ministers adopted the MIKTA Vision Statement, outlining the future direction and areas of cooperation of MIKTA. This meeting marked the beginning of a more active role for MIKTA on various diplomatic stages. For instance, in 2020, during the high-level meeting to commemorate the UN's 75th anniversary, the Korean president, as MIKTA's chair country, delivered a virtual speech on behalf of the group. It was the first time that a head of a chair country had spoken for MIKTA. This milestone raised MIKTA's profile within the international community. Beyond these efforts, Korea has championed initiatives to expand MIKTA's public outreach. One such example is MIKTA Young Leaders Camp. During the camp, young participants from member countries engage in dialogue, explore ideas, and share thoughts on multilateral cooperation. Korea has been hosting this annual program since 2016. Young participants from member countries take part in activities such as mock foreign ministers' meetings and discussions with the diplomatic corps in Korea to experience the value of MIKTA firsthand and the roles of future leaders in addressing global challenges. Moreover, foreign missions of Mexico, Indonesia, Korea, Turkey, and Australia have been collaborating regularly to host various cultural events such as the MIKTA Film Days and the MIKTA Food Festival. These events are opportunities for member countries to share their cultures, promote mutual understanding, and strengthen friendships. In addition to expanding MIKTA's outreach through various initiatives, Korea will take on an even greater responsibility in 2025 as it assumes the role of MIKTA chair. During the 27th MIKTA Foreign Ministers meeting in February 2025, held on the sidelines of the G20 Foreign Ministers meeting, Korea announced 3 agenda priorities for its chairship. So, what were these priorities and their significance? The first is peace building. It showcases MIKTA's commitment to support UN-led discussions and contribute to sustainable peace. The second is youth engagement. In the era of complex challenges, we aim to re-examine the role of younger generations and foster dialogue, exchanges, and deeper connections among MIKTA's youth. The third is accelerating the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDGs. This agenda calls for more concrete action to address global challenges outlined by the United Nations, such as poverty, education, and health. Here, MIKTA will serve as a bridge between developed and developing economies, facilitating shared efforts to find pragmatic solutions. It is not an easy task for countries to overcome barriers of language, culture, and backgrounds to speak with one voice. For the last 12 years, however, MIKTA has successfully united the voices of its members and conveyed a shared vision to the international community. Korea has been at the heart of this endeavour, consistently supporting MIKTA's constructive cooperation. In 2025, as Korea assumes the role of MIKTA chair, it aims to build an even stronger sense of solidarity and make meaningful contributions to strengthen multilateralism and address global challenges. We look forward to continuing MIKTA's journey of solidarity, with Korea playing an active role in shaping an exciting and impactful future for MIKTA. That is all for today's episode. Stay tuned for more interesting stories about Korea's diplomatic policies. Until then, take care